All right, now you can say whatever you want.
No, when you guys first reached out to me about doing a collaboration with 10th Mountain Whiskey, like, you know, I'm obviously, you know, for me, it's historically being a 10th Mountain Division veteran it was just the passion there was already, you know, already such a huge part of this. And then my passion for making whiskey, you know, been making whiskey for 17 years now, something like that. And
some damn good whiskey at that.
Well, thank you. Yes. Much appreciated. So I got to say, this was exciting. We're celebrating your 10th anniversary. I mean, this is huge. What you guys do is obviously very close to my heart, very dear to my heart. So I couldn't be more honored to be here to be able to help support and do an incredible collaboration with you guys.
Absolutely, Rob. Thank you, man. It means the most to us. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
It with your history with the division and in the whiskey industry, etc. I think I've told you I've always looked up to you. Yeah. I've always considered you a mentor and watched what you're doing and what you got going on, and looked up for a lot of reasons. And so when you're stoked to come here and do this and hang out with us, man, it means a ton, bro.
Yeah. Cheers, brother. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Awesome.
Yeah, totally.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
This is good. All right.
We're going to drink some whiskey.
We got whiskey. All right.
So the idea is 3 proofs from 3 different barrels, and we're going to do a single malt, a bourbon, and a rye, and it's going to be chosen now and then released September 5th, 6th, 7th.
Yeah.
So
we're doing one of each or one?
I think one of each.
Thing.
Yeah,
okay.
One of each. Yeah.
You know what's great about this is somebody the first time trying some of the whiskeys I've never.
Yeah, right.
Whiskeys
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah.
I still have a bottle of the 10th Mountain Bourbon that you gave me when I met you
originally
at. Maybe it might have been then or might be maybe, but it was around that time.
I would recommend keep that one closed, and we'll give you another one to enjoy.
Yeah, that one.
Our whiskey has certainly developed and come a long way since from 10 years ago.
Yeah,
we were proud of it then, but
right from the beginning.
Yeah, probably. When I first
don't drink that.
But here's the thing: it's a sealed bottle now, so that's you know, like because I've had it, you know, obviously many times, but that one was a sealed bottle, and I tend to collect sealed bottles too.
Yeah, right.
Your house probably looks like mine.
Yeah, there's some nooks and crannies that are like, I'm like, oh.
Where I have a good collection
of whiskey.
To begin with, his last name is Dewars, so his great granddad was started the deal. So he is direct lineage of that, and then he's been a passionate whiskey fan for a long time. And so the first time I was at his house, I don't know, 150 bottles or something. Roughly. And now that he's been taking over bourbon with friends, now all kinds of shit just shows up at the doorstep, right? And so
it does. Yeah.
I'm a little over 280 now in the last year and a half since we played golf.
Yeah, I have not even. I haven't even
Yeah,
counted.
totally.
We talked about doing a kind of archive, because I have archives from. I started at Stranahan's at batch 13, and I think the earliest Stranahan's bottle I have is batch 7.
No shit.
And you know, it's in the, who knows how many hundreds now.
What does a batch look like at Stranahan's?
Back then it was like probably 3 barrels blended together.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, in those days, and then as we started to evolve.
Yeah, totally right.
You know, and then
You guys
as
are
we
live,
evolved-
by the way, on Facebook. I just put you on for Instagram Live.
Well, you shouldn't have told us that. Now we're going to be conscious of what we're saying. Fuck! It's a adult show. Yeah, it's all right.
I think that archives of the whiskey, and it's just
That's awesome. That you started that, man. That's cool. What did I know Stranahan started over in the Aspen area.
Yeah, Woody Creek.
Yeah, Woody Creek, thank you. Yeah. What size still did they? Yeah, and then they moved down to Denver. What did they start with still wise over there? Then what they start with when they moved to Denver? Do you know that?
Well, it was unofficial in Woody Creek.
Yeah, right.
He was he was distilling in George Stranahan's barn.
Yeah, exactly.
And Hunter S. Thompson lived next door, so he used to come over to Jess Graber and sit there while he was making. In the beginning, he was what he would call his corn squeezins, but it was moonshine, and then
corn squeezins.
And then, but his still, I think, which is at Stranahan's now, is I think it's like a 35-gallon still.
Yeah, right.
Like that. And then he started distilling Flying Dog beer because George Stranahan had the beer at his barn, and so he started distilling that and realizing, hey, I can get I can get a clean distillate here, something that was controlled, with the controlled fermentation control. And so that's when we opened up the distillery next to the Flying Duck Brewery, and they would brew our wash for us, pipe it up and over the building and down into the distillery, which I'm sure was legal the entire way.
Yeah, of course.
So they checked all the boxes up.
100%.
I think it's impossible to check all the boxes, and there's so much.
No, and that was like early days, so there really wasn't any regulations for distilleries in Colorado because nobody was doing it at the time.
You're the one and only.
Just like you're like, well, it's kind of Wild West of like, well, just do it, and do it until they.
Not at this point. This is like 04.
Yeah, this was before.
Yeah, so Stranahan's was the first distilling permit. And there's always been a back and forth between Peach Street, but I mean, you know,
since we have Rob here that work with Stranahan, we're going with Stranahan.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, Peach Street can't back itself up right now. So
it was the first distillery since the end of Prohibition in Colorado, and it was distilling permit. We had distilling permit number 7. So the first six were all government permits for weapons during World War II. So anything that used alcohol or the production of alcohol, those were those distilling permits, 1 through 6, and then we had number 7.
That's awesome.
And that was the first production distillery license.
That's great.
Well, this is number B. Write down your thoughts.
Some would say letter B, but we'll go with number B.
Yeah, well,
Letter B.
I was number B.
Letter B.
Marine Corps. There you go.
Never said I was a smart man.
Number B. I like it.
All right.
Yeah, that's a good one to start with. So yeah, I mean, Rob hasn't tasted much of our stuff.
No, I haven't. So and I tend to nose and taste off of. So if there's you have 3 samples of each, and they're different proofs, right?
Yes.
So generally, the way I'll do it is I'll taste them against each other.
Okay.
And then I.
Do you want to do it that way?
Yeah, that's usually my MO because when I'm selecting between a variety, I'll just have the 3 and nose and taste, and then that's how I pick the one. So it seems to work.
So are we doing all bourbon and then all rye and then all single malt, or is that what you're saying?
This is
Oh, whatever.
no, just tasting all 3 at once. So
all 3 of the each category.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, exactly. So.
You guys want to talk to anybody on Instagram? Tell them what you're doing.
What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in. We are here at the tasting room at our distillery in Gypsum with a very special guest, Rob Dietrich from Blackened Metallica whiskey.
Salute.
Came up from Denver, 10th Mountain Army veteran as well. When did you retire out of the Army?
Didn't retire, but I was in for 3 years. So I did 92 to 95, a couple tours in Somalia, tour in Haiti, and then out into the world I was released.
Awesome. And started making great whiskeys with your own career 17 years ago.
Yeah, 17 years ago. Yeah. I started with Stranahan's. My mentor was Jess Graber. Taught me the wild ways of making whiskey, and then I was there for 12 years, and then I'm very fortunate to be making Blackened whiskey.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're here on July 4th. Happy birthday, America! So a very fitting day. Hence my T-shirt. So I got to represent a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a military nonprofit we should support out of Atlanta, Georgia, called Shepherd's Men. Also work with the Share Initiative, PTSD TBI organization out of there. So we've done 3 barrel picks with them. They're a great organization. Changing some lives out there. It's really cool.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's really
phenomenal
cool.
work.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just a great design too. I got to show it off, right? I mean, it doesn't get more American than that, right? So we're here on July 4th, choosing our 10th year anniversary barrel picks. That is going to be released on our 10-year anniversary coming up in 2 months, September 5th, 6th, and 7th. And on the 7th, we're having a big-ass party here at the distillery with a number of bands that just got confirmation from a band about 30 minutes ago. So it does sound like Bonfire Dub is going to be joining us, and the Drunken Hearts are going to be joining us, and possibly one more band that we're still chatting with. So, and then we're going to have a lot of activations here as well. We're going to have different military organizations, nonprofits setting up shop here and sharing their mission and sharing their information with everybody that comes through. We're going to have a couple photo booths. We're going to have hopefully a cigar rolling station, which we need to talk to you about.
Yes.
By the way, right. We're going to have a brown bag station where you have to guess your whiskey. If you're tasting bourbon, a rye, or a single malt, we might throw a brandy in there too, just to mess with people.
Yeah, fireball.
So yeah, throw a fireball in there. Right. So that's what we're doing here today. So. What do we? So first one was B. Then what do we have, guys?
So this is all the same. It's all.
We'll set it up now. ABC.
ABC. ABC. Okay.
Wait, this is B over here.
That's A, and that's
Okay. A and C.
A and C.
So A, B, and C, same whiskey but different proof.
Correct.
Cool.
Same barrel.
Yeah. Same barrel. Like,
Even,
oh
yeah,
yeah.
even,
Same.
yeah.
Okay. Good to know. Single barrel, different proof.
So this is just a fun way to celebrate the 4th of July, to hang out with Rob, to have Sean here, our head distiller. I probably should introduce Sean, our head distiller. And then Brian, who is our director of distribution and military sales. My name's Ryan Thompson. I'm the least important at this table, so it doesn't matter.
Not at all.
the bill.
Not at all. This is all about the passion. This is what collaboration's about.
Absolutely.
Passion and community.
We have a little bit of an in-house audience. Thank you for joining us. I was talking about the dogs.
Hold on. Where are they at?
Yeah, what you can't see, is like there's like 50 or 60 people back there.
Exactly.
It's production crew.
Mine is about 40 or 45. Math.
I did invite Dre down. He must be fishing or something today. I don't know.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
probably.
He's doing fly fishing this morning. Perfect morning for it. I mean, gorgeous out.
Boy, A drink's a lot different than B. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't it crazy how you get a one barrel, same barrel, and just different proof will.
Yeah, I love it,
will
right?
make,
Yeah, totally. Wow.
I know I have the key in my back pocket, but this has got to be a good proof. Upwards to like 135 or above.
What do you got? You guys barrel at 125?
120, 118, 120.
Yeah.
Roughly, yes. What are your thoughts on that?
So I mean, it's two different schools of thought. I mean, there's people who will barrel at 110, and and then the proof will always go up in the barrel. At least out here in the high desert.
Exactly right. Which is a great benefit of being here.
Right.
Which was just
yeah.
coincidental. Like 10 years ago. Certainly, we all know a lot more than we did 10 years ago, and we just got lucky. And what Rob is referring to as the angel share. A lot of places, the angel share will lose out.